So, what if you could actually prove that your AI is going to do the right thing? I mean, with hard evidence, not just hopeful promises. That's exactly what we're digging into today. We're not just talking about trusting AI. We're diving into a practical playbook for engineering trust you can literally audit, especially when the stakes couldn't be higher. And this really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? When AI is running our factories, managing our money, or involved in healthcare, I hope it works, just doesn't cut it. Trust can't be some feature you bolt on at the end. It has to be baked in from the very beginning, proven with data, and constantly checked. It's absolutely non-negotiable.
All right, so where's the weak spot in all this? The source material calls it the AI trust deficit. And it's so important to get that this isn't some fuzzy, abstract problem for academics. Nope, this is a real and often really expensive business risk.
Just picture this for a second. An AI is in control of a massive piece of machinery on a factory floor. If it makes one wrong move, one tiny miscalculation, the result isn't a glitch on a screen. It's a person getting hurt. It's millions of dollars in damaged equipment. That's the trust deficit made real. And look, it's not just about those big, scary disasters, right? This lack of trust creates what you could call an operational drag on the entire business. It's like trying to run through mud. You see projects getting delayed, compliance costs ballooning, and a total nightmare trying to figure out what went wrong after an incident. And all hits the bottom line hard. Okay, so we've got this gap, this trust deficit. How do we actually fix it? Well, the playbook lays out a really powerful framework called constitutional AI, or CAI for short. And let's be super clear, this is not another boring policy document that's going to sit on a shelf. It's a hands-on operational plan for building trust right into the DNA of a system. So what is constitutional AI, really? You can think of it as a system with three core parts. First, you've got governance. These are the basic rules of the road. Second, you make sure that AI's actions actually line up with those rules. And here's the magic ingredient, the third part. It creates auditable evidence along the way. This is all about generating cold, hard proof, not just making promises. So how does this whole thing work in the real world? It's actually pretty straightforward. The entire framework rests on three foundational pillars. First up, pillar one is the Constitution. This is where you literally write down the rules of the game, what the AI is allowed to do, and more importantly, what it's not allowed to do. Pillar two creates the proof, auditable traces. Think of this as a permanent, unchangeable record of every single decision the AI makes, and, this is key, why it made it. And finally, pillar three ties it all together with continuous governance. This isn't a set-it-and-forget-it deal. It's a living system that learns every time something goes wrong, so it's always getting smarter and safer. And this is where the conversation gets really interesting, because putting a system like CII in place isn't just about avoiding bad things from happening. It's not just a cost. When you do it right, it actually creates serious value for the business. And hey, don't just take my word for it. This isn't some pie-in-the-sky theory. Look at these numbers from actual pilots. In a hospital setting, this approach dropped liability events by a whopping 25%. In a bank, it lowered the default rate on their loans by 3 percentage points. These are game-changing results. So what does this all add up to? Well, get ready for this number, 150% risk-adjusted return on investment. That tells you that building trust isn't just the right thing to do ethically, it's also a ridiculously smart business move. So how on earth do you get a number like 150%? The math is actually pretty simple when you break it down. You figure out what you expect to lose from failures each year. Then you see how much CAI reduces that loss, in this case by $3 million. You subtract what the program costs to run and bam, the return on that investment is massive. So here's the bottom line, the big idea you need to walk away with. When you move from just talking about trust to building a system that can be audited, you completely change the game. Trust stops being a boring checkbox for the compliance department and becomes a real, measurable advantage in the marketplace. So I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. Right now, is your AI built on hopeful claims about what it should do? Or is it built on the hard evidence of an auditable practice that proves what it will do? Because really, that difference is everything.